Welcome to the newest episode of the Ludicrous Leprechaun. I realise it's been a bit of time since my previous video, but let's put that to one side as we get into a new story. Gerry Adams, the current leader of the Irish political party Sinn Féin, was recently in the news causing a stir. He had apparently been watching the Quentin Tarantino movie Django Unchained, and it inspired him to write a tweet drawing parallels to the nationalist community in Northern Ireland and a certain demographic that will remain unnamed. Unfortunately for Gerry, he chose to use the word that cannot be named, which media, both social and mainstream, were happy to completely roast him for. To limit attacks on this channel, I won't mention what word was used, but if you're unaware, it's very easy to Google. In this video, I'm going to explain why Mr. Adams was wrong to write that tweet. And in a shocking twist, I'm not going to use the argument because it is racist. Don't get me wrong, I'm in no way going to promote that Gerry Adams' tweet be censored. Let's be fair here. Censoring Gerry Adams did nothing in the past but help his career. I do support Baron Adams' right to write whatever he wants, whenever he wants, in whichever media suits him. However, I think the tweet he made was wrong, and here is my reasoning. In the tweet, Gerry highlighted a lot of tragedy and suffering of the nationalist community, eliciting barbaric scenes from history which, although accurate, are part of the past which cannot be changed, and the majority of those in Northern Ireland are trying to move beyond this. Stirring up these episodes from the past serves no end but to rile up anger in the young and naive, and this anger is dangerous and uncontrollable. This is the last thing that should be introduced into Northern Ireland right now. In a nutshell, Northern Ireland does not need #Nationalist Lives Matter. Since nationalists in Northern Ireland were given another route through the Good Friday Agreement of 1998, changes have been made in all sectors to help people move beyond the mindless violence of the Troubles. To the credit of the population, in this they have had success. So if something were to try to drag the population back to the way things were before, these should be resisted. For Mr. Adams to try to create a movement, deliberately or inadvertently, based on self-pity and directionless anger, is reckless. From the American namesake of the hashtag I mentioned before, it is obvious that lots of people are being manipulated into anger, and that anger is fueling destruction, division, and heightening tensions. It is creating more problems than it is solving, and those problems are growing exponentially. What Mr. Adams fails to realise is that nationalists in Northern Ireland grew in spite of the pain in the society, not because of it. During the Troubles, people on all sides were calling for the pain to cease, not to wallow in it. The proof of that is in the turnout for the Good Friday Agreement, where people voiced their want to step away from the fighting. I will say this to the nationalists in Northern Ireland. Yes, you have faced struggles, but don't let them define you. Let them make you stronger, better, and wiser people. To Mr. Adams, I respectfully say, we already have whiny, self-pitying, destructive forces parading in Northern Ireland. Adding more to the pot won't help.